Hey Scrub Clubs, me Scrubber here. Welcome to episode 3 of my Fortnite Save the World Hero Ability Concepts videos. This video is going to go over the Shadow series of skins, like the first pack that came out with the Perfect Shadow, Shadow Bird, that sort of thing. You know, those packs that are just the Shadow series skins, or Shadow series skins parts of another pack, such as Shadow Arc from the Darkfire bundle. Anyways, let's get right into it here with Perfect Shadow. Damage during Shadow Stance increased by 40%. So, just getting that melee hit or that one melee kill you need, you can get that increased 40% damage. It also stacks with Swordmaster Ken to get even more damage with swords with your Shadow Stance. If you want, make a fairly overpowered damage build with Shadow Stance. Perfect Shadow would be the candidate to be in said build. Now, go to Shadow Scully. War Cry gives Shadow Stance to players, aka ninjas, in the radius of the War Cry. Now, my thought process here for the entirety, for like mainly this, besides 3 of the heroes, or skins, depending on how you want to look at it, was how do I help the fellow ninjas on my how do I help ninjas on my team to get that shadow stance so they can tank more hits effectively or more effectively, and you could be like more of a or there you have like a safe zone for them to get guaranteed shadow stance. That was the whole thought process behind it. Shadow Scully, well, her war cry would give shadow stance to ninjas in the radius of the war cry, which would be increased with other heroes, yada yada, that sort of thing. I don't know. I think it'd be perfect if you want to help out your fellow ninjas, and it's quite simple if you want to add to like a war cry build or something. Now let's go on with Shadow Bird. Shadow Stance grants extra mantis sleeps. That's it. I mean, that's all you need to know, I guess. That's really all I got is when you get that melee hit for that Shadow Stance, or have Shadow Stance from one of the other people using said other Shadow skins in their build to give you Shadow Stance, you just get extra Mantis Leaps. So you can use that. I forget if it's a team perk or hero ability to get the Mantis Leaps, and you also get the extra ones from Shadow Stance. You can just fly pretty much like you couldn't fly already with that one thing that gives you extra Mantis Leaps. Anyways, let's go on a Shadow Arc here. Shadow Stance increases Kunai Storm damage by 35%. So if you're like me, you run like Endless Shadow with your Kunai Storm build because you like being able to tank more for longer. That's my mentality of it. I just go in with the pickaxe, get one kill, then I just use my abilities and tank the damage that I get for going in balls deep to use my abilities. I never thought about how that would affect me, like me and my play style at all. It just kind of came to me, and you know what? It worked out perfectly for my type of play style. Shadow Archetype. Shockwave gives shadow stints to all ninjas in a 2-tile radius. So you just have your normal, you'd have your normal Shockwave, which would deal damage and knock back certain enemies. But then you'd have a 2-tile radius during that Shockwave that would give the ninjas who go in it shadow stance so they can tank hits. Or, if there's other things to do with shadow stance, you would get extra movement speed, stuff like that. Which I don't know. I like using Shockwave. It's one of my favorite soldier abilities, besides the minigun. The minigun is very fun as a soldier. And then I'd say Shockwave, Grenade, and then War Cry. War Cry is probably my least favorite one, but it is extremely useful. Don't like shoot down War Cry for being War Cry. If you play Save the World, it's very very useful. Mecha Team Shadow anti-material charge places a ring in a 1-tile radius on enemy hit that gives ninjas shadow stance. The ring lasts 10 seconds and can happen once per use of anti-material charge. So I didn't quite get what I was going for here. But it is also, it can also work. I didn't exactly describe how I wanted it, but it still works in a general sense where if it was added, I would not be upset by it. But it could use a little bit of tweaking Well, I don't know, I think it'd be very useful to place that one tile radius ring that gives the ninja shadow stance, so they can jump into it, jump out of it, run into it if they need or want that shadow stance to tank more, and it lasts 10 seconds. It can be used once per punch with your anti-material charge. It'd be useful on a farming build, and each enemy you hit, it'd be the first enemy you hit with the anti-material charge that actually places the ring in that area where they hit. If you don't hit anything, and then the ring doesn't do anything, it doesn't appear. Night Gunner. Once a weapon is fired, a ring appears around the player in a 1 tile radius for 3 seconds with each shot. So, if you have a minigun and you constantly fire it, you'll constantly have a ring around you, which gives the ninjas to walk into it, run into it, yada yada, give them shadow stance to, give them extra like stuff for their ability, extra damage, extra movement speed, mantis sleeps, whatever. Personally, I would use it if I play with. I know I a few friends, well, one friend I guess, that I know uses ninjas all the time. Like that's like their main hero. Like their main hero is ninja. So that would be very useful for me to actually help them out by giving them shadow stance, by firing weapon. It does. You see, I don't need to use a minigun for this in a minigun build. I can just shoot any fucking weapon I want. So I mean, that's very useful. And I don't know. I don't know if I could really see a nerf to that without reworking the entire hero. In my opinion, maybe half a tile radius, but I mean, I would prefer the 1 tile radius. Oh well. Thank you for joining in for another video here. Uh, Episode 3 of this series I'm running. Check the spreadsheet down below for other hero abilities, and you can give feedback on this video or on my Twitter over at scrub_bear. My DMs are open for discussion, or you can just at me, whatever. Do what you want. And you see, I'd like some discussion on these sort of things, as I would like to know people's opinions on these ability concepts, or if they have their own ability concepts that they could replace for each character, add to each character. It doesn't matter to me. I want a discussion. I want to start a discussion in the Save the World community about what we could do with these abilities and these characters that could work well in game. Well, thank you for watching. See you, Scrub Cups, in the next video. Thank you.